I'm Amber Philpott in Johnson County, a new home for all the donations that still continue to pour in for flood victims.
Custodial interference, and it's a felony.
Police in Laurel County say that a small child was found wandering alone in this parking lot. The grandparents of that child were arrested. Now they're talking to me from jail.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT News at 5:30.
Good evening. The cleanup continues tonight in Johnson County after last week's storms devastated the area. And more help is on the way for those who lost everything in the flooding.
That's right. Donations have been pouring in from across the state. And last week, Johnson Central High was the hub for all those donations. But now folks will have to go to a new place to get what they need. Amber Philpott is in Johnson County tonight with our top story at 5:30. She has a look at the new warehouse and is talking to volunteers who are helping distribute those items. Amber?
Good afternoon to you, Sam and Jennifer. You know, you're right. It is unbelievable how many supplies have come in here to this county. I was here last Tuesday. I saw firsthand when they started to come in. And then I was here today to see where all of those supplies have been taken. And it is pretty amazing to see how people have stepped up to help. And so tonight I'm going to take you inside that new place where all of those donations are helping so many people. Inside this warehouse near the Big Sandy Furniture Store in Paintsville, people come looking for the basic necessities like baby food, diapers, cleaning supplies, even shoes. Here to help the folks with Helping Hands volunteers.
It's kind of like a store. They can just come with shopping carts and pick up their stuff, and then we're helping get them back out as well to the, and then we are coordinating for all the other smaller groups around here that are also distributing. All
Hands travels the country and world helping coordinate volunteers. They've been in Johnson County since Sunday. They work long hours and get little sleep, but volunteers here say it's worth it when you see people coming in who need so much.
I'm just grateful. I mean, it humbles you. It makes you, realize what we have and, how great a community can pull together, and to help out.
Well, it certainly is. Many with all volunteers. They are on their 12th week, even more of disaster relief. Summer that you just saw there in that story, she was actually in Nepal. Then she was sent to Houston for flooding and then dispatched here to Johnson County. So they're doing such great work. And also in that area, too, that we went today, there's also folks helping veterans. So if you need assistance, you can also go there. There's a group helping those folks as well. Well, as we have been telling you, communities across the state have been collecting donations and items to bring here to Johnson County. In Franklin County, the Judge Executive's office teamed up with the fire department to hold a donation drive to collect supplies for those in need. WKYT's Rebecca Smith has more on how you can help.
From cleaning supplies to baby products, anything and everything you can think of is needed for flood-ravaged eastern Kentucky. The Franklin County Judge Executive's office is spearheading this donation drive. Fiscal court employees saw the coverage on the news of all the flooding chaos and decided they needed to step in and help.
You could see the devastation that it would cause to your neighbors and to your family and your friends, and this was on such a much bigger scale that it really hit home, and I wanted to try to do something to help these people out.
The fiscal court in downtown Frankfort is one of 3 different locations you can go to drop off supplies in Franklin County. The other is the Industrial Park Fire Station and the fire station off Evergreen Road.
I know that if we were in a similar situation, we would want, people to come help us. So, even by donating a small item, a roll of paper towels or, a bottle of cleaning solution, we can really help our friends and our neighbors in Johnson County.
In Frankfort, Rebecca Smith, WKYT.
Well, the Franklin County Judge Executive's office also collected a large monetary donation to help purchase some wheelbarrows. Those are greatly needed. Supplies will be collected until Friday afternoon, and there is still a chance for you to help as well. If you would like to help the people of Johnson County, it is very simple. All you have to do is dial this number. It is 606-793-4003 to start giving. It is very easy. All right, coming up here at 7, right outside of Johnson Central High School, Sunday Best is going to take the stage. Tyler Childers is going to open for them. They've been doing their sound checks here all afternoon. They sound great, and folks are starting to trickle in. It is all about music and raising money for those that certainly need it in this devastated community. In Paintsville, Amber Philpott, WKYT.
Thank you, Amber. I'm sure there'll be a huge crowd there for that concert.
Great weather for it.
Yes.
Couldn't ask for better. Beautiful day here in the Bluegrass, sunny skies and low humidity out there.
But this break from the rain may not last much longer. Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey is tracking some storms moving back into the area.
Yes, few areas, guys, across southern Kentucky already getting in on a couple of raindrops out there. So this dry day, not dry for all of us. We look at Defender, notice a couple of sprinkles and very light showers. Nothing to write home about given the summer that we are in here across southern Kentucky. But from Knox County through Whitley County, McCreary County, and points to the west, we continue to pick up on at least a shower or a couple of sprinkles here or there. Lexington Bluegrass region, how about this? Looking good at all 4 locations with our live sky cams here. Richmond, Lexington, over into Georgetown and Frankfort. That Lexington cam again over top of Hamburg Pavilion. We're looking toward the southern horizon. A little bit of cloud cover showing up, but overall partly sunny, low humidities out there. That will change later tonight and into tomorrow. Front that is giving us the nice air has become stationary across Tennessee. Wave of low pressure developing into the Ozarks. Already beginning to see some rain developing here into southeastern Missouri. That's going to work its way toward the east and into parts of our region into the day tomorrow. Short term, enjoy that evening. We drop it from 80 to 70 between now and roughly 11 o'clock. But guys, when I come back in a little bit, we will track your Thursday thunder threat with the hour-by-hour forecast.
Thank you, Chris. It started with a call about a child wandering around in a parking lot and ended with the child's grandparents getting arrested. Deputies arrested Mitzi and Egbert Hensley for taking their grandchild from his home when they didn't have custody of him. Tonight, Phil Pendleton is in Laurel County talking to the couple about the allegations.
Mitzi Hensley says she really doesn't understand why she's in the Laurel County Detention Center.
Custodial interference, and it's a felony.
Police say she and her husband are in jail because they should not have taken their grandchild from his home in northern Kentucky.
We found out through investigation that the child was actually in the custody of social services in Falmouth, Kentucky.
Police were called because they say the child was found wandering alone outside a Corbin apartment. When officers arrived, they say the child was back inside. They went to the door, said no one answered immediately. When Egbert Hensley finally did, they say he got violent.
Realized that he was going to be arrested. He did scuffle with our deputy. We did wrestle with him.
But Hensley says that's not what happened.
He said a few words to me, and I said, yes, sir, no, sir. And he told me not get smart with me, not to blow up my finger at me. So he slung me on the ground, man. The next thing I knew, he had 34 charges on me.
The Hensleys say the only reason they're in Corbin is to attend Mitzi's father's funeral. Now they're in jail where they say they really don't know what they're going to do.
My dad's funeral is tomorrow morning, and I don't even know if I can get out of here.
Police say regardless of their plans, they say what they did with the child was wrong. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
We called social services to try to get some clarification on the issue, but they haven't returned our call. A Georgia man is in jail tonight accused of using stolen credit card information to buy gift cards in Lexington. According to court documents, Titorian Moore purchased the gift cards at the Walmart in Hamburg. Police say he skimmed credit card information off at least 50 credit cards. Investigators say typically scammers will get on Interstate 75 and drive up from Atlanta or Miami.
And we also have lots of businesses that are available right off the interstate. It makes it very easy for these folks to jump in the car, travel, and do this type of activity all along their route.
Police say while Moore was inside the store, he left his 9-year-old son alone in the car. He faces charges including endangering the welfare of a minor and fraudulent use of a credit card.
Deputies in Brown County, Ohio are trying to track down a man they say stole someone's personal information and used it to open credit cards in Kentucky. Deputies say the suspect opened up credit cards at a Sam's Club, Walmart, and Kohl's in Lexington and Nicholasville and spent over $4,000. Deputies are also searching for 2 women they think could be connected to the case. She had access to just the kind of personal information an identity theft would need to hit it big. As you'll hear, one nurse-turned-criminal caused a lot of problems in the lives of a lot of people, and no one knows why. As a home health care provider, Deborah Bush had 2 responsibilities: to care for the elderly and the dying, and to hire fellow nurses for her employer. But Bush had another activity on the side, identity theft.
Deborah Bush started to utilize information that she obtained from her applicants, individuals that she was, supposed to be hiring.
As the contact person, Bush had access to each job applicant's personal information.
She had access to all of her applicants' information, including social security number, date of birth, and all of their personal information.
And Bush was also targeting her patients.
She actually stole information from some of her hospice patients without their knowledge.
Postal inspectors describe Bush as brazen.
She actually used people's personal identifiers to obtain utility services to her home. Her power bill, her water bill, all that was in some of her victims' names.
After executing a search warrant, inspectors sat down with Deborah Bush to discuss the allegations.
At that point, she just started feeding us one lie after another.
Inspectors knew she was lying, but could not get her to admit exactly why she committed her crimes.
She had enough money to pay her bills, to take care of her household, but unfortunately she decided to use other people's information for nothing more than just for a hobby of sorts.
Could patients or job applicants have done something to protect themselves? Probably not.
In this situation, the company was very legitimate. They had a great track record. Unfortunately, they just hired a person that, for whatever reason, wanted to steal.
Deborah Bush was sentenced to probation for her role in this scheme. She was convicted of taking the identity of another person, which is a Class 3 felony. She was sentenced to 2 years of probation.
A popular Lexington music venue will open its doors again in just a few months. We'll tell you about the plans and the new buyer coming up at 5:30.
I'm Bill Bryant. Some lawmakers want to spell out changes to needle exchanges that are just beginning. And President Obama on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart one final time. The bottom line is ahead.
And it was a strange discovery for a farmer in Franklin County. Coming up on WKYT News at 6, we'll tell you what he found inside a sinkhole.